97 is WQHD, New York City. Home to all of the world's hottest radio events. Presents another Hot 97 exclusive Money Can't Buy. The Hot 97 In-Studio Series. Hosted by Angie Martinez. In studio tonight. Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson.
Okay, amen. It's another In-Studio series. I'm so excited. Everybody's so excited. There's so many cameras and so good today. Welcome everybody to another edition of the In-Studio series. I'm your host, this is Angie Martinez. Hi. Hey. I'd like everybody in the room to make so much noise for the one, the only, Janet Jackson. Hello, Miss Janet. How are you? Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down.
I love you too. Very sweet.
Does that ever get old, Janet?
Never.
Never.
It never does.
So do you feel like it's been 20 years? Does that bug you out that you've been doing this for 20 years?
I've been doing this for more than 20 years.
All right, 20 years making albums, though, right? What is the 20-year anniversary of?
Control.
20 years since Control.
I know, that's crazy, right?
Wait, so you were
20.
20 years old?
Yes, I was
16 when you started.
I was 19 when I recorded it. I was 14 when I got my first recording contract.
So 20 years ago, so how different is it now for you to be going through making the album, doing the press, you know, just doing the videos? Do you still feel like the same Janet?
It's still the same regiment. Just I'm able to really, I guess because I'm older, to really sit back and truly enjoy each and every, to be in the moment, to be in the now.
Right.
Yeah, as opposed to just constantly working and being a kid and keep it moving. And like there's so many cities that I've visited on tour that I never saw how beautiful they were or had the appreciation that I do now for them.
Right, because you're taking your time a little bit.
Yeah, that I'm really sitting back and enjoying each and every moment, like now.
Oh. Well, you look incredible.
Thank you.
There's been all kinds of, like, you know, your weight has been in the tabloids and everything. How you lost all this weight and how every quote is her amazing new body and her 60 pounds that she lost. How do you do that? And
how did I do it? You know, so many people have asked me about this that I'm actually going to do a book with my nutritionist and a video with my trainer that'll be out at the end of the year or the beginning of the new year, because you know, when something works for me, I'm just very eager to share it with others. So hopefully it'll work for them as well, and to let them know you can do it. And people say that's impossible. It's not.
It's hard for people to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds. Like you did, like 60, like easy. Well, at least on the outside it seemed.
No,
but I'm sure
it wasn't that easy.
Okay.
But it's doable. I mean, you have to have a great deal of discipline, and you have to really want it. And it is doable. I'm not saying it's the safest thing to do the way I did it, because it was in a very short period.
Right.
But I worked with someone, so that's what made it a lot easier for me.
You're not eating like pieces of lettuce. Like, do you get to eat like meals and stuff? Are you eating?
Well, I was eating 6 times a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Small meals, right? Just keep
Small
the metabolism.
meals. I'm still supposed to be eating 6 times a day, but I only get to 4. I'm real lucky.
We have some food
4.
here. Sarah Brown? We got Sarah Brown's caterers in the building if you need. It's mostly like chicken wings and stuff. You can't eat that, right?
If it's fried, no.
All right, so let's get to some of the music. The first song that we're going to play tonight off of this... I love this song, by the way. Yeah, y'all know, right? I really like this Kaya song. It's so nasty. I mean that in a good way, but you know it's nasty.
Oh, yeah. But it's real.
Okay.
Yes, we know Miss Jackson
Well,
also
no,
has
see,
a nasty time.
I wasn't meaning that, but okay.
So Kaya, how did that happen?
It was Jermaine. Jermaine thought it would be a really cool idea, and I loved.
You love my neck, my back, finish it.
Yeah, that I love that song. So he thought.
All
it
you
was a
ladies
good
pop
idea.
that like this. Look. All right, so excited featuring Kaya. This is that single that's out now.
Yes.
Off of the Janet Jackson album, in stores tomorrow. 20YO. This is so excited. It's the in studio series with none other than Janet Jackson on Hot 97. Let's go.
Breathe.
Party going on in here today. I'm so excited off the Janet album 20YO in stores tomorrow featuring Kaya. We have some questions from the audience. Let's go to you first.
Hi, I'm Angie B. I
Whoa.
love you, I have you all on my wall, all you on my dream. I can't believe I'm here. I would like to know, are you and Jermaine going to get married?
Wow, just right out the gate,
Yeah, straight to
Janet.
it. Let's get to the point. I don't know.
And how do I see you from 5 to 10 years from now?
I'm sorry. What? How do what?
I think she meant where will you be 5
Oh.
Right? It's all right, Mommy. I got you. Don't worry. Go ahead.
You know, I do live for the moment, but at the same time, I would like to have a family, and I would like to, which I'm getting into now, is producing.
Really?
For television and for film. Yeah, that's like something that I enjoy. So.
But Janet, you didn't really answer her when are you getting married question, though.
Well, actually, I did because I don't know. I mean, it's nothing that we've never said. I keep hearing this thing about the 26th and
September 26th. I did hear that. You didn't know?
Well, no, I heard. That's Jermaine. That's Jermaine.
But you are open to the idea because you guys seem so perfect. You seem like this really works, the two of you.
Well, it does, but it's whatever he wants. I'm happy with whatever it is that he wants.
Really?
No, truly. It really is up to him. If he's happy with the way things are now, that I'm fine. I'm good with that. If he wants something more, I'm good with that too.
What's your name? Where you from?
I'm Cora from the Bronx. Hey, Ange.
Hi, baby. Thank you for coming tonight. You say hi to Janet. It's Janet Jackson.
I know. I feel like a kid. I'm so nervous. Hey, Janet.
Don't be. Hi.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, I'm trying to calm down. I'm grown. I'm trying to be grown with it. I just want to know how you grew up with 8 brothers and sisters. How can you still speak so softly?
You want to know that, and that no one's ever asked me that before. So that's a really good question. My mother calls me. She says I have a loud mouth, like the loud mouth in the family.
No way.
Yeah, she does. My entire family speaks very softly, but we can raise our voices too when need be. I think my brother Jermaine has a loud mouth. But at our normal, comfortable tone, it's this. And all of us.
Really?
Yeah, my mother speaks softly.
I read something today that you said about your brothers giving you a complex about your butts. Which is actually a semi-normal families, right? Like
yeah, it was just a term of endearment, really.
Right.
But he used to always get on me, but about it being too big.
Michael.
Yeah, but then
But what did he call you? Like fat ass or big butt or big booty girl? Like what did he call you?
He'd call me horse, slaughter hog, pig,
No.
cow. I mean, he'd really call me names.
Really?
Yeah, he did. And every kid takes it differently.
Shame on
and
Michael.
I wasn't good with it. But I was the kind of kid that just kept everything inside.
Does that make you grow older and have, I guess you said they did make you self-conscious about that?
All my life, it did. My entire life. I anything that I wore, all through school, all through every video, every concert, everything. I would always wear something that would make my behind look smaller than what it was until I met Jermaine.
The black.
Jermaine embraced the booty. Is that what it is?
Basically, he did, and showed me a whole different side of my body that I learned to appreciate very much so.
Really?
Yes.
You mean, Janet, that all of these years that guys have been like going crazy over you and your body and your booty and all parts of it, you never, through that, never really embraced yourself and your body?
No, I did. It was really funny because I was having a conversation with a friend, and they were telling me things that they were doing, like exercises to, like kind of self-help kind of stuff. And they said one exercise that they do was to look in the mirror and find something that you love about yourself. And I tried that, and I broke out crying. When I looked
as an adult, grown up, or
as
young?
an adult, I was in my 30s when this happened, and I could not find anything that I liked about myself. And I finally liked the sway of my back, and then I began to like my smile, and that's where it started for myself. And then Jermaine came around. And
that is amazing. That all these years and all the videos and all the love that you get from people and all the,
Yeah, I mean, you never really know a person.
No.
You think you do, but you don't.
So you're in a much better place then right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow, that opens up a whole bunch of other questions. But we do have to play some music because she does have an album in stores tomorrow. So we're going to get to Show Me next, which is the next song. What do you want to tell us about this?
Show Me. Written by myself, Jermaine. John Tay actually wrote on this as well. Produced by myself, Jermaine, Jimmy, and Terry.
Show me what?
It's really about actions speak louder than words. That's really what it's saying.
Actions speak louder than words.
Exactly, which is one of the lines in it. So it's like you say you this, you that, but you need to show me.
All right, let's get to it. Off the album in stores tomorrow, 20YO. Janet Jackson, the In Studio series on Hot 97. Let's go. Off the album, 20YO in stores tomorrow. That one's called Do It To Me. Tell me about Do It To Me, Janet.
It's that guy that you can call at any given moment of the day or night, and he comes running and no strings attached. You do what you need to do, and he's gone.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Miani.
Hi, little mama. You have a question for Janet?
Are you and Justin T still friends since the NFL?
Is that your mommy's question?
That's your question?
Is that your question? Somebody set her up.
We haven't spoken. I mean, he's I have to say he has tried to reach out, but it's gonna just take me a minute.
You know what's funny is that you guys are both on a promotional run at the same time.
Yeah.
So everybody, he called into my show a couple of weeks and I asked him how he felt about it, and he said he's tried to reach out and if he could have done anything different. So I guess from both ends, you're kind of. Do you think you'll get to a point where? You're not still upset or angry or anything.
I'm going to run into him at some point. I mean, we have mutual friends. Okay. And
are you going to ice grill him or are you going to be nice?
I can't tell you what's going to happen until it happens, really.
Okay. Hi.
Hey, Angie.
Hi.
Hey, Janet. My
Hi.
name is Kimmy. I'm from Brooklyn. I just got some questions for you. What up, Janet? All right.
You have to get that out. You have to get that off.
First of all, do you ever go to concerts? And if you do, who's the last act you saw?
I really don't go to those many concerts.
What do you do, what do you do? Like, what do you, do you go to movies? Do you go,
Yeah.
What's the fun, what are your dates? Where you and Jermaine go for dates? What do you do for a date? Do you still do dates, or you've been together too long now?
No, we still do.
No,
We'll go to the movies, or we'll watch a movie at home, or go to a club. I love going to clubs.
Really? You go to clubs?
Yeah.
Strip clubs?
Yeah.
The strip club, the Atlanta, and Jermaine is from Atlanta, and strip clubs are like a way of life in Atlanta.
Yes.
So is that where you go mostly in Atlanta with Jermaine?
We've been other places.
A lot of places, regularly.
Just other cities, just strip clubs and regular clubs.
Are you a Jermaine strip club hopping out there? Is that what you do?
No.
So are you jealous, like if the girl comes a little too close and rubs like her booty on him and all of that?
I haven't experienced that.
They haven't done it?
No, but it doesn't bother me that he goes. I don't mind.
You've never experienced that even in a strip club? Never a girl come over and, the strippers, I mean. No?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You keep him away, or somebody probably keeps him away.
I let him do his thing.
Okay, so we'll get to the next song of the night, which is With You?
With You.
That's what we're going to get to when we come back. You want to tell us anything about it now?
It's about romantic confusion. She is with someone, but yet she winds up meeting this guy who she realizes that's the person she truly is to be with, and not really wanting to leave him, but yet going back to her lover.
Do you write from personal experience? Like, is this a song that something you've been through?
Yes, but I changed the ending a little bit.
to protect the innocent?
No, well, she talks about it being real life and going back to her real life, but in the end, I wound up leaving and going where I felt my heart should be.
Wow. All right, we're going to get to the song when we come back. It's called With You. So we'll get to With You and some other songs off the album, and, of course, some more of your questions, so do not move. We are in the In-Studio series with Miss Janet.
The Hot 97 In-Studio series with Janet Jackson is on. Janet's new album, 20YO, is in stores tomorrow. Hot 97.
That's With You. Over Janet Jackson, 20YO in stores tomorrow. It's Hot 97, the In-Studio series. Janet Jackson is here with us tonight. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Tabitha. I'm from the BX. Hi, Janet. Hi,
Hello.
Angie.
Hi, baby.
All right. I don't know. This is part of the question, but it's not. I know I'm nervous. Are you?
Am I? No.
All right. Look, back to what you were saying earlier.
Why would she be nervous? Because you're going to ask a question, or just...
No, I don't know. So many people. But back to what you were saying earlier. How did your singing career begin, and who inspired you?
Have you heard of her family? She's... I'm just teasing you, Mommy. I'm teasing. I'm sorry.
I've been writing music since I was 9 years old. So when I was 14, my parents still have a studio at their house. So all of us at any given moment, if you can't sleep at night, go in the studio, lay down tracks, whatever the case is. And I did that, and I had written a song that I wanted to lay down and played all the stuff on it and sang it. And I was coming home from school the next day, and like an idiot, I left the tape on the machine. I left the reel on the machine. The studio door was open. There was my family, and they were listening to the song. I was so embarrassed. And my father walked up to me and he said, "You have to get you have to sing. You have to get a recording contract." And I said, "But I don't want to sing." He goes, "No, you can't let this go by the wayside. You got to sing." So that's how it actually started.
As a kid too, you're probably intimidated to want to sing when your brothers are like so huge.
I never thought of it like that, of
really?
Intimidation or anything. No, it's just my heart was just elsewhere.
It worked out, right? And now, I know you probably didn't ask this question a million times, too, and I'm sorry to bring it up, but it was such a big deal about this whole rumor that's been for so many years that there's this child from the marriage that was annulled that I guess somebody else raised, or do you have a comment about that, or?
It's not true. I've never had a child. I don't know what it feels like. We were just talking about it, and I've heard people say that it's a whole different level of being in love. I don't know what that feels like. But someday, hopefully, I will, God willing.
When you hear something like that, does it make you annoyed or mad or?
It didn't at first, but it keeps surfacing, and then it's surfacing within his family. So that's the part that really annoys me, because it seems like there's some validity to it, and it isn't. And I think it was just, and the weird thing about it is, if I'm correct, James is a huge family, and there were two that I never ever met, and they're twins, Daryl and Carol. And I think it was Daryl. They were younger, And I don't ever remember meeting them because they still lived in Detroit. They didn't live in LA.
Right.
So I think he was trying to get his record career off the ground, and I think trying to bring attention to himself. It's really what I think.
That's such a nasty way to do it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So that annoys you because then it seems like there might be some truth.
But then they bring my niece into it, and I feel for her and the people that she has to deal with. I mean, she's 20-something at this point. Thank God she's not in school. I'm sure they'd be teasing her.
Right.
But it's not easy. It's very hurtful.
Well, now you've heard that it's not true, so tell your friends. How is that to work with your man in the studio? Because you worked together before you were together, right?
Yes.
So now you're together. Your
Yes.
man is helping produce your album, working on your album. Does it change the dynamic a little bit? Or
Never did.
Really?
It not once did it. Ever. We never butt heads. There was no conflict whatsoever. If there was something that we disagreed upon, we talked about it. We worked it out. It was very, very seldom that even happened.
Healthy.
Very healthy.
No.
And my friends and my family loves him.
Do they really?
Oh my God! And my friends, they were worried because they knew our relationship and how strong it was, and especially for me, that they were fearful that it would be a strain on the relationship, but not once.
Okay, I'll ask you about this because it's also been in the press too. Jermaine has made some statements, and on your behalf, because I guess he's holding you down and loves you, but he says things like, copycats of you, or I think there was a quote about Beyonce, and maybe these weren't true. They were written in print. I don't know if he said them exactly. It was a quote about where will Beyonce be in 20 years, and there's been a few statements that he's made like that.
I actually heard something like that on the radio when it was said, and the way they had said it on the radio wasn't what he said. And it threw me for a loop because I said, that doesn't sound like him. I said, someone twisted that. And it wasn't what he had said. So what are you asking me?
Oh, no, what you feel about the comments, or was that true, or did he really say that? How do you feel about him saying that?
He says he doesn't understand how someone can compare a 2-year career versus a 20-year career.
Right. But not... Okay. So in print, when you're talking to somebody, that could sound one way, but in print, that could look, I guess, a different way. Maybe where
it all depends on how they wrote it, and people love to twist. So that's really what he said. I mean, I've really done this for a very long. People always asking me, do you feel you have to compete with the kids out there today? And I let her answer the question. I don't. I've been where they are. This is just their second, third album. This is my 10th.
Right.
And I'm not saying that they won't be last. It's not an easy thing to say 20 years later and still have people anticipate the work that you create. There's a lot to be said about that, and I'm just very thankful.
All right, we'll get to the next joint. It's called, you know the next song. This is the first single. We'll get to Call on Me featuring Nelly. 20YO. Janet Jackson. Same studio series. Cat 97. Let's go. Enjoy off the Janet's album in stores tomorrow, 20YO. Cat 97 in studio series with Janet Jackson. Hi, Janet.
Hello, Angie.
That was Enjoy.
Yes.
Anything about that record?
That was really there's a little story behind that song. I wasn't recording in the normal studio that I'm normally in. I happened to be in a vocal booth that had no windows, so I couldn't see. Jimmy couldn't see me. I couldn't see him, and I was just doing the backgrounds first, and I felt this emotion that was just like really crazy, and it was really, really weird while I was doing the backgrounds and kept having to stop. And I wound up getting so emotional, I started crying, but they didn't know it. And I was thinking about my brother, about Mike. And the weirdest thing about it is Jimmy kept saying to me, God, you sound just like Mike doing these backgrounds. And something wasn't sitting right with me. And it was the night before everyone was supposed to go up to the ranch, waiting for a verdict. That was the first night he was rushed to the hospital, and I think that's what I was feeling. I actually wound up leaving the studio because I wasn't feeling very well, and didn't finish the song until after, and that was the first song I came back to finish. Did the leads on it, when normally I do it in one night.
Wow.
But it was just really, it was very, very different, very weird.
That whole ordeal had to be, I can't even imagine, for you and for your family.
For my entire family. I mean, we were all going through it. It was very, very difficult.
Do you believe, are you a believer that in life, everything happens for a reason, or there's a lesson in everything?
Yeah, I do.
What do you think from that whole ordeal for yourself or for your brother was, the meaning?
I don't know, but it makes you very, very careful of who you choose as your friends and who's around. And I'm very thankful that everyone that is surrounded me, I've known for 10 years, 28 years, and I'm real happy with who I have around me. I'm not trying to take on anybody new, not right now. But it really, you never know what people's motives or agendas are, so it's very frightening. And it all goes back to money some kind of way, which is ugly.
It is ugly. I remember reading. This was a while ago when you and Renee were just recently divorced, and there were rumors that that he was writing a book.
I didn't know.
You didn't know that?
No, I was busy doing Nutty Professor and that album and the video, but I had heard certain things, but I didn't hear that.
Rumblings about that. But I just wonder how violating that would feel, especially to somebody like you. And when you were before, now you're in a great relationship. Before, when you were dating and stuff, was that something like a fear that you had to
with him,
or just guys in general, dating guys and thinking maybe they'll write a book or they'll talk to a tabloid or?
Well, you don't let people in so easily. And I was so good to him. I was very, 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 very good to him.
So disappointing.
Of course it is. I mean, we were together for 13 years. That's a long time. And I was and people will never know the story because contractually I can't talk about it, which is what he asked for. So I really can't say much, but I was very, very good to him. Too good to him.
All right. Look where you're at now.
Everybody, it's totally, like you said, everything happens for a reason. And I really do believe that everything that I've gone through, relationship-wise, God has put before me, and I don't regret any of it. He was really preparing me for being with Jermaine, and I really do believe that.
Janet Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, is in the building. Do not move. It's Hot 97, special number 1.
The Hot 97 in-studio series with Janet Jackson returns in seconds.
Yeah! That was Take Care off 20 YO in stores tomorrow. Janet Jackson in-studio series. Hi.
Hello.
I always feel like such a loudmouth next to Janet.
You do?
I do. Every interview we have, it's like if I hear something back or I hear the promos back, you're talking really nice and soft, and I just sound like such a loudmouth. I need to bring it. You need to meet.
I'll bring it up.
You bring it up. I'll bring it down a little bit. Hi, honey. What's your name? Where you from?
My name is Elaine. I'm from New Brunswick, New Jersey. What up, Angie?
Hi, Beth.
Janet is looking at me. Wait. Okay. Here's my question. Janet, I know a lot of your fans and a lot of the media refers to your certain aspects of your music and your dance as, classic Janet. Is that a conscious thing that you do when you're working on your projects, or could you define what that actually means for you, classic Janet?
It's a sound that people identify as mine. A place that I've gone time and time again, and if you were to hear it from someone else, you would say that's them trying to be Janet. That's the best way I think I can really explain it. Is it a conscious thing? No, I think it's just something that comes from us when we write, or from myself when I write, especially working with Jimmy and Terry.
Do you see it in other artists? Like when you're watching people's videos?
Angie, I need.
No, I'm curious. Is that because sometimes people take that as flattery, and some people are like, you know, she's biting my style. Like, how do you?
Of course, I see it.
As both? You see it as both?
No, it doesn't bother me at all. I think imitation is the best form of flattery, and it makes me smile. Everybody gets inspiration from somewhere, and I see it in a lot of kids that I've inspired them in some sort of way. So that makes me smile.
Who did that for you?
My family did that a great deal for me. A lot of people don't know, but Stevie Wonder is our cousin. And
your real cousin?
Yeah, my real cousin. So is Tracy Chapman.
No.
We never.
How is that possible? Like first cousin or like 17th? Not fair, right? What?
We never talk. It's funny. Stevie and I were on the phone the other day, and we were talking about it a little bit. But we just never mentioned it. But
you're not first cousins.
I don't know how it's on my. I don't know how it works. It's on my mother's side, though. It's all on my mother's side. My mother's the singer, and my father likes instruments and stuff like that. And he's actually, my father's a wonderful artist, painter.
Really?
Yes. That's why my brother Mike, he's such an incredible drawer. My father's a beautiful painter.
And Stevie Wonder is your cousin?
Yes. So I would come home from school, and I would put on my cousin's album, and I'd lay there on the floor and just listen to it from top to bottom.
Do you get nervous to meet anybody? Does anybody make you like intimidated or nervous or?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No.
So nobody, like how the girls couldn't even look at you? Like nobody does that to you?
Not thus far, no.
Maybe Jermaine a little bit. No? No, not even. That's you, right?
In the beginning, yes.
Really?
I never had someone do that to me, ever. A guy?
He made you nervous?
Please, my palms would sweat. They used to sweat.
Really?
Yes.
How do you do that?
I'm not telling you anymore.
Okay. You don't have to tell. You don't have to tell. Look, I tried. I asked. What do you want me to do? Oh, here's the cake. Everybody, round of applause for Janet Jackson. Oh, Janet, 20YO is in stores tomorrow. Any last words you'd like to tell anybody who's listening, or
just thank you guys really for all the love and support throughout my career.
We're gonna all have some cake and go get the album tomorrow. 20YO, Miss Janet Jackson, everybody, make some noise. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for listening. This has been another In Studio series in the Hot 97, official #1.
This has been another Hot 97 exclusive Money Can't Buy. The Hot 97 In Studio series with Janet Jackson. Janet's new album, 20YO, is in stores tomorrow. Special thanks to Virgin Records. The In Studio series from the official #1 station for hip-hop and R&B. Hot 97.